Alright y'all, it's Jacob with 1096 Cycling. I am so excited to do this review. I have ordered and used the Zwift Play controllers. These are freaking amazing. I'm so excited about these. This is super cool stuff. Really quick, this is just going to be like the down and the dirty review of this stuff. I'm going to show you the pros, the cons. I'm going to put it on my bike, show you how that works. And then really the reason I got these is because I've been Zwifting on an iPhone for like 3 years now. Approximately 18,157 kilometers on an iPhone. Yeah, I hook it up to my HDMI cord and throw it on my TV out here, but I Zwift on an iPhone. I'm gonna say it again, I Zwift on an iPhone. I know, mind blowing. Anyway, let's open this thing up. I'll show you what's in here. I'm gonna put it on my bike, so let's jump to that. All right, see y'all in a second. Okay guys, here is the box that it comes in. Check this thing out, super excited about it. Spoiler, I've already opened it and used it a lot, so it doesn't look like how it looked when it came. I just threw everything in here so that we can unbox it together. Don't really need that anymore. So it comes with the two controllers. There they are, just sitting in the box because I'm hardcore like that. Here's my charging cord that almost burned my house down. And these two shimmy shims. In case you have a weird bike, there's some shimmies. And lastly, our instruction manual. I don't need instructions. All right, I probably should have. That way I wouldn't have burned my house down almost. So again, the charging cord, the shims, and the two units. So here are the two units. They go on your bike like that, right? And yeah, there they are. The man, these things, I'm gonna leave them here, are just like the really well made. There's some nice weight to them. The buttons are, hear them click, like, yeah. Here's the steering thing, and if you look right here, there's even a button on the side. This is the workout button, so you can adjust the intensity of your workouts or bypass a workout. And again, it's sealed, so there's no way sweat's getting in here. And then if you look at the charging port, ignore mine with the Bernie on it, because again, it almost burned my house down. Not a big deal. But they say that's sealed as well. And then these covers just go right over the top like that. So anyway, yeah, just really nice. Here's the strap that comes around the back. Look at that, it's on. I pushed a button, so it thinks we're trying to connect. And basically that comes around there and just hooks on just like that. And then it goes on your bar. So there's your shims, your charging cord, your typical USB, and then on the other end you have the two USB-Cs to charge them. Pretty straightforward. Okay, y'all, we are at the login screen. Sorry for the weird chest view, but basically when you're gonna set up your stuff, you hit your login button here, and what it's gonna do is, I've just finished riding, so it's gonna pull everything up. Notice here in the middle we've got the steering option. It's searching because they're not on. So let me turn those on real quick so it'll find them. I've got them right here on my bars already, so I'm just gonna tap a button on them. The lights come on right there, should be flashing, and now we have that they are connecting on there. It's gonna give me a battery, which is super cool. Saying they look good, we're connected. I'm riding rollers right now just because I'm awesome like that. And now that it's connected, I can control everything from the play controllers now. So I'm gonna hit A to let's go. Oh no, maybe I should go select let's go. Here we go, moving down, selected let's go, hit. Okay, so what I'll do from here is you can actually navigate here using the up and down over here on the left. So I'm gonna go down, we're just gonna find a, we're gonna ride with Coco or something. Maria. Let's do Maria here. All right, so I'm gonna hit A, select Maria, boom. It's gonna say start ride, and we'll do that. I'm gonna show you some of the features. Okay, y'all, sorry for the roller noise. Turn the fans off just for y'all, so I am sweating like a pig at a barbecue. Okay, someone just give me a ride on. I'm gonna hit Z and return that ride on. It's just that easy. That wasn't planned, but there it is. Let's start with the left and right. So I'm in the middle of the pack right now, but if I push the orange buttons on the front, I can move all the way to the left of the screen, and I can move all the way to the right of the screen. I'm getting dropped. That's funny. Okay, I was getting dropped, so I wasn't paying attention. So left of the screen, and I can go to the right of the road. Look at that. Pretty awesome. Okay, we'll start with the buttons on the right. So to use a power up, which I just got, I can press Y, it's on top. I'm gonna push Y, it says use power up, push Y. And there we are, drafting boost. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna hold down Z, and that will do a ride-on bomb. Boom, nailed it. B is the back button, A is select. All right, if I double tap the left button, notice my map view changes. What else? Oh, I can change my route here. So if I turn left, or I can stay with the Robo Pacer, which I'm gonna do. There we go. Now you can press up on the left, and the menu comes up. What's really cool is I can navigate the menu here. This is really only good while you're riding for coffee stops and teleport. We're gonna teleport. I hit A to select that. And I don't know, what's 1.5 watt per kilo? Never ridden with that person. I hit A, says do you want to teleport? Boom, let's go. DeBernie. And now we're riding with DeBernie. Guys, it's just that easy. Super cool. All right, let's keep talking about some of the other functions. All right, so let's talk about some of the pros with these things. There's so many, I can't list them all, but I'm gonna talk about a few. One that I was really impressed about is I did a Zwift race with them almost immediately. I got them out of the box, and I was like, why not race with them? Because that's why I bought them. And I noticed that they work really well in the drops. I ride rollers, which you saw earlier, but I had no problem getting in the drops and still steering. And so when I sprint, I like to naturally get down there in the drops, so I'm more aero for Zwift. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. But real life, I do sprint in the drops. And so I found it was easy to maneuver and manipulate whether I was in the drops or whether I was up on the hoods. Another con is they're super snug. I hit the Z button right here all the time to get those ride-on thumbs up bombs. And so I thought pressing that all the time, they would like move around, and they didn't. These are super, super snug around your bars. So impressed with that. The buttons are firm, and some people think this is a con, but I don't. When I push, listen. These are not easy to press, so there's no accidental pressing. I did, not accidentally, but I pressed the Y and used a power up in the middle of my race, which I didn't mean to do, but that's on me. There's no accidental pushing that. Another really cool thing is the textured steering buttons. Notice how those are like textured right there, see that? These are really cool, you can feel it. And so I like that these are textured. It's a really nice touch. They didn't have to do that, but I think they thought about that when they made it, and I'm just really impressed with that. So overall, those are like some of the just really cool pros. I'll talk more about some pros in my final thoughts, you know, and talk about why I think you may need these. Okay, so let's talk about any cons. I'll be honest, I struggled to find cons other than the USB cord almost burning my house down, which I talk about in another part of the video. But one of the cons that was pretty quick for me is that it limited my thumb placement. So normally when I'm wrapped around my bars, my thumb goes straight down. With this sitting there, my thumb can't go straight down. So it ends up kind of like sitting on top of the buttons a little bit. Not a huge deal, and it's honestly something that I got used to really, really quickly. Another con that I kind of thought about was they seemed like a little bit low on my bars. But I found that was nice because it ultimately kind of gave me a little more room for my thumb. So at first I thought they were too low to reach, but they weren't. Maybe if you have really small hands, maybe limited reach, maybe an issue, like hitting that Z button or something like that, but not a big deal. I struggled for that one. At first, these were really hard for me to get off. They were extremely snug, and that was kind of a con. I had to kind of like, basically I had to like work my thumb or my finger around. I did notice there's this little cutout right there. So basically, if you get it just right, you can kind of like pop it and then pull it off, and it'll come off a lot easier than what I thought. And then lastly, kind of a stupid con as well. I don't really like the these flashing lights. Let's see if the light. Maybe I didn't charge that. I don't like the flashing lights. The light stays on while you're riding and it's connected. And a few times it kind of like annoyed me. I wish there's a way to maybe like mute the lights, but maybe that lets you know they're on. I don't know. Again, kind of a stupid con. But guys, that's really honestly all I could come up with so far. I can't find another con to these things. They're pretty stinking awesome. Okay, so let's briefly talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, my Zwift Play controller almost caught on fire and burned my house down. Not a big deal, really. But the other day I was charging it out here in my garage where I Zwift. I've already done a short on this video, so if you go look at some of my shorts, there's like a 50-second clip on really what happened. But I was charging it. I went over to pick it up, and I picked it up, and it was super hot. Like, it almost burned my hand hot. And my buddy was like, hey, I would unplug that. So I did. Anyway, I didn't really look at it at the time. I just unplugged it and actually rode with it. It connected, no issues. Well, the next day I went to charge it again after I rode, and yeah, it was like melted in the charging area here, and the charging cord itself was all melted and burned up. Anyway, I immediately contacted Zwift. I did the short just to talk about it, but I contacted Zwift. This was on Father's Day on Sunday, and I'm just going to read y'all the quick responses. I mean, I literally had a dude contact me within 50 minutes or less. It was a really weird response, actually, but it was like incredibly fast, so I'm not going to complain, but it was almost like it was written by a robot or something. So anyway, he said, hey, I'm sending you a new one. And then I got a contact from another person, and they were like, hey, we heard about this issue. Will you send this one back? I was like, yep, they're sending me shipping labels for all this stuff, so I'm going to send them this back. I'm assuming they're going to look at it, but they sent me a new right controller and a new charging cord. I've already had the shipping confirmation. It's on the way. Super cool. A+ Zwift for customer service. That was awesome on Father's Day. Don't expect that, and I don't think that's really necessary. But that's really cool. So I'm excited to get that new one, and I don't think this is a problem. I haven't heard about this happening to anybody else, so I'm not gonna freak out about it. We'll get the new one. I'll update after I charge it and use it for a little while, and we'll just see how that works out. But I'm really impressed with Zwift's customer service. I should edit that out. I'm not going to, because this channel is raw. Thanks, guys. Okay, my loyal followers, our final thoughts on this. Zwift nailed this. I'm not gonna talk anymore about the overheating issue. Zwift addressed that. Man, A+ for their customer service. That was awesome. Sorry, I live in Texas and it's 1,000 degrees in my garage. So I'm not gonna subject my family to my wonderful reviews, just you guys. You need to buy this. These are like, I mean, they cost me $100. They say they're gonna go up to $150. I don't know. Would I buy it for $150? Maybe not. What's really cool, and I think Zwift nailed this, is this was an impulse buy for me. My wife wasn't too happy, but when I saw like $99 for this, I was like, sold, and I just bought it immediately. I didn't even know it was brand new until I saw other people talking about it. I was like, that's really cool. I gotta have it, okay? So you definitely need these. Who needs them specifically? I Zwift on my iPhone, and I never had the ability to do things with my fingers without touching my iPhone and doing stuff. So the fact that I can race now and use power-ups at my a fingers to movement is awesome. This is going to really revolutionize my ability to race because I race on a phone. I think if you race on any kind of Apple product like an iPad or a phone or anything like that, this is going to be a huge improvement for you. There are only a few concerns for me, and ultimately that comes down to what's going to be the long-term durability of these. I don't know how long are these going to last. How often am I going to have to replace them? They seem really robust, and I have high expectations that these are going to last a long time. Again, I Zwift in my garage in Texas summers, and it's hot, and I sweat like a stuck pig at a barbecue. This is, it's gonna get covered in sweat. And I just don't know how long these are gonna hold up to that. But I have really high expectations. Zwift, I'm really impressed with these. I'm happy that y'all were thinking about this stuff, and it's just something that wasn't really on my radar. So when this came out, I was super excited. I highly encourage you to grab a pair of these. Zwift did awesome. Guys, I'm gonna get out of here. please subscribe to my channel. I hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm monetized now. I don't know how much money I'm gonna make. They haven't sent me a check yet, but I'm super excited. So anyway, guys, leave any comments or questions down there at the bottom. I'm gonna get out of here and ride my bike. Thanks, guys.